don't know what's wrong with this one. All right, never mind. Okay. Let's see what I got here. A minute. Hello, how you doing, everybody? Welcome to Fall River Media News. I'm your host, Dave Mead, Fall River Media. Man, some mad stuff going on this morning. I'll tell you, some mad stuff going on this morning. One man, I just got to read some stuff out from this morning because my scanner was basically going off, and I really needed to do this today. So, an early morning incident in Fall River sent two people to the hospital with a stab wound and a gunshot wound, according to the authorities. Fall River police say around 4:37 a.m., officers were called to an address on the 400 block Dickinson Street for a report of a possible stabbing and or shooting incident. This was like early this morning. This is a street that I've known for many years, for a very long time, and this 400 block. The street is quiet, and I used to hang out down there, and it's really quiet over there, and nothing really happens over there in that particular area. So, but I was surprised to hear that there was a stabbing and a possible gunshot over there. They dispatched cruisers over there to that area of the 400 block of Dickinson Street, and so they had multiple people went to the hospital at that point. So and they had three ambulances over there, and so it got crazy, it got crazy. So and then and I mean it's gotten crazy everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So after that, it's shooting, stabbings. I mean, and and what and what's funny about all this, the mayor of the city of Fall River thinks that always says that there's no crime going on here in the city of Fall River, which is basically there is. Okay, there is, and it's sad, that we are we don't even have that much police officers to cover the whole city. You know what I'm saying? We don't, and it's pretty sad. And the more you tell the politicians that hey, we need more. I mean, we need to keep staffing our police department. Oh no, we got enough. 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 So Mayor Paul Coogan says that we have enough police officers on the police force. Okay, so If you got enough, well, I remember we used to have 250 police officers, you know, on the street. We used to have police officers walking the beat at one point. Okay. And look at it. You know what I'm saying? It's no, we don't have only in the summertime they walk the beat. You think they're gonna walk the beat now in the cold? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wish they walked the beat. I wish they walked through the neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Walk through our neighborhoods and see what's going on in our neighborhoods, you know? I think that would be the uh uh a good thing to do, you know, instead of, them riding in the cruises all the time. Park your cruiser somewhere, lock up your car, and just walk through the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's walk through the neighborhood. Let's see what's going on in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. I'm going to get right into this, this here really quick because it's a very interesting topic, and people has been actually talking about this for a very long time. You know, if you walk if you have the police walking through the neighborhood, you know that the police can see more than they can when they're in the police when they're in the police car. They can see more. I mean, walking through neighborhoods is nice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, public safety. Make sure that there ain't no nothing else going on in the neighborhood. I mean, if you're riding in a cruiser, there's a lot of things that you can miss. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, a quick walk right through the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And then walk down the next street and go back to your car. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's how easy to do that within 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You know, at least you're walking around, you're getting air. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And and you'll be surprised how much people in the neighborhoods would go up to you and talk to you. You know what I'm saying? You know, and talk to a police officer. And say, hey, look, this has been going on for several days. I mean, what's going on here? I so I mean that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think that should be happening. Public safety is the most important thing. For the people and for the homeowners too, because they have property too. A lot of people go into properties and actually steal. You know what I'm saying? So, but but I don't think Mayor Paul Coogan's gonna, I don't think Mayor Paul Coogan's gonna, waste resources on public safety like that too. So, but I can't wait till he leaves office. Let me see here what else is going on here. But yeah, let's see. Up on arrival, police found a 55-year-old man suffering from multiple stab wounds to the head and neck. They also found a 42-year-old woman inside the home with a single gunshot wound to the head. According to investigators, both were transported to local trauma centers. The man is currently in stable condition, while the woman remains in critical condition. The facts that circumstance leading to this incident remains under investigation. Additional information is not available yet. So, Florida media right now don't have any additional information yet on what happened this morning down at Dixon Street. You know what I'm saying? The 400 block. A quiet neighborhood was, under gunfire and and the woman was stabbed and everything. So and it's yeah. So it's no additional information. So we're waiting on that. So if the woman dies from a gunshot to the head, that will lead to murder, and that'll be a second-degree murder, manslaughter. So whoever did it is gonna go away for a very long time at that point. So, and this is a development story checking back for updates on more information becoming available. So, there'll be more coming available uh, um, soon because now they are doing a thorough investigation. Just what happened to that? You know what I'm saying? It is. I mean, this city is getting wild. Okay, it's not getting any better, and I've talked about this a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's not getting any better. I mean, you got people vandalism, and I talked about yesterday. A woman is being charged with that. I think she's also being charged with hate crime too. So, basically, because I get that was her boyfriend's car. Boyfriend must have worked in the store over there. That's why she painted the windows and said that she hated him. I hate you. Yeah. So yeah, apparently her boyfriend worked over at TJ Maxx at that time. I just wanted to keep you updated. So, Florida police says around 4:37 a.m. after officers were called into an address that they. Well, yeah. I want to make sure that I got this right. It's 400 block of Dickinson, Dixon Street. Yes, so that was the 400 block. So it's ridiculous. I mean, of all the stuff that's actually going on. You know, state. Let me see here. I got to read this one here. The state reports as a Fall River is punished homelessness by a city lags behind affordable housing. But Boston Housing Advocacy says the group is urging Fall River to prioritize market rate and affordable housing as a debit to continue to over the city council vote last month to ban authorized camping on public property. The Massachusetts law reaffirmed its institute cities dates from Housing Navigators Massachusetts for to qualify the shortage of housing is available to lower income residents. In a report, it found that Fall River has only 20 affordable rental units per 100 low income renters of household, lagging behind the statewide retro by 44%. Hmm. The reports published earlier this week come in as the 6-1 city council vote in favor of the ordinance as the stared questions about balancing public safety and the right of the homeless people while trying to address the growing percent of incumbents in parks, sidewalks, and in parks. Let's see here. It says in parks and sidewalks and other public areas. The ordinance is prohibited of camping or sleeping on public property without authorizations and introducing the possibility of a fine violation. However, it's offered. I mean, I go through this because, I mean, I don't see. I mean, you're right. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But if you left them alone where they were inside the woods, okay, whether they're making a mess, okay, or not, okay, whether they're making a mess or not, they won't even be sleeping in people's backyards, okay. So I mean, I mean, you make things worse than what they are. Okay, so I mean, it's they the city council, the mayor, they made things worse than what they are. I mean, I see it. I see it. It's not a if they would have left them and said, "Hey, look, you know, you guys can stay here, okay, in the woods with your tents, at showers or whatever you got, food and everything else and stuff, but make sure you clean up the mess." You know what I'm saying? I mean, here, look, something, clean up the mess. You know what I'm saying? When you're done, you know what I'm saying? And make it look presentable. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna hang out here, you know what I'm saying? They give you guys, a place to go. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't do that. So I mean, they made a mess, and the people got sick of it and just threw them out. But I mean, now when you throw them out, now it makes it even worse because now they're going to be sleeping in people's backyards, and they're not going to care because they're going to say, "Hey, if they give me a ticket and they try to take me to court, the judge is going to be like, I'm going to be like, Your Honor, I ain't got no money for a ticket. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no money to pay this. I'm homeless. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it's going to be. And the judge is going to be like, "Oh, wow, geez, you bring a homeless person in here, and how is he supposed to pay the ticket? He can't because he's homeless and he don't have a job." You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and I get it. Some of these people, I get it, and something. And I've been hearing this so many times. Well, the homeless is stealing this and stealing that. I get the whole entire thing, okay? Which is they shouldn't even be in people's backyards. They shouldn't be stealing people's grills. They shouldn't be stealing people's stuff out of their yards. You know what I'm saying? I get all of that, okay? I get it. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? So that makes it look bad. It makes it look bad on the ones that really want help. You know what I'm saying? So, um, and I actually, I just wanted to say, and again, I'm going to tell you straight up, this is only a talk show. This is no news outlet or nothing. Just a talk show, and talk about whatever what people saying out in the community, or and what people are saying out in the community. So I make it okay. I repeat it so that way other people can hear it too. But something stealing something out in the community is okay. All right. Well, you're not supposed to steal. You know what I'm saying, out people's stuff out in the yard. I mean, that's how people are. You know what I'm saying? They'll steal. You know what I'm saying? You can't leave a cookout thing out there if it's not nailed down. Don't take it. So yeah, but they'll take it, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And it's gone. You know what I'm saying? But you have to have it either tied down or nailed down if you're gonna leave it outside. But nowadays, I would not want. Nowadays, I'm not gonna leave anything outside because these people will steal anything. You know what I'm saying? It's yeah. So I will vote in November. I will vote for the most popular life candidates is because God hates sharing sending. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want. I don't. I don't. I don't want to actually read that. Early voting. You see that? Yeah, let me see here. I will vote in no. I will vote in November, but I will vote the most pro-life candidate because God hates shedding the innocent of the blood. Proverbs 6:17. I will vote for the most pro-Israel candidate because God bless God bless those who bless Israel, and of course those who don't. Genesis 12:3. I will vote for the most pro-debit reduction candidate because the brewer is servant is to the leader of Proverbs 22:7. I will vote for the most pro-worker candidate because God says if a man wants to work, let him not eat. Let's see this. Three 10. I will vote for the most pro marriage candidate because God is for marriage as defined Genesis 2:24. I will vote for candidates who most clearly believe government is supposed to reward good and punish the evil. Romans 13. Wow. I like that one. Look at that. I can't that is wow. That's something there. Wow. But yeah, those are that exactly powerful words over there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I mean, I somebody sent me to me, so I just happened to read it. Uh, okay, yeah. Well, we already talked about Florida school start selling cell phone bans already. Yeah, so we already talked about that before. Biden announced the 425 million security aid package for Ukraine. All right, now this is what I did. Now this is what I don't get. Okay, and I've talked about this. I've talked about this many times. Okay, all right. Now now Biden is announced 425 million security aid package to Ukraine. So I mean, now why are these people sending money? Why is he still? I mean, I know Kamala Harris is running for president, but I thought he stepped down. But I guess he's still president. Okay, I'm kind of like really too confused about this. Okay, President Biden on Wednesday discussed the U.S. support of Ukraine its defense against Russia aggression during a cell with the Ukraine President Vladimir. Uh, let me see. Hold on. Vladimir uh, uh, Zelensky and announced a new 425 million military aid package. Included in the package will be an additional air defense, capitalized air to ground, Milton's arms vehicles, and Milton's of the White House said in a readout of the president's call. I mean, why are they? I mean, what about what is going on in Florida? These people need aid down there, and this guy's still sending $425 million over to Ukraine. Are you kidding me, man? Wow, geez, man. Damn. I mean, these people need help down in Florida. Okay, they need help down there. FEMA needs money and everything else to support these people. Then and plus you got another hurricane coming up. I mean, and they're sending money. They're sending money the other way. So they're sending money towards and towards the all these disasters that are coming up. Hurricanes in Florida. I mean, this guy is a nut. I mean, I can't. You know what I'm saying with him. I mean, I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? Again, you know what I'm saying? It's, I can't wait for him to leave office. I can't wait for Kamala Harris to leave office, and I can't wait until Trump takes takes office in 2024. So I cannot wait for that. You know what I'm saying? You know, President Zelensky updated President Biden on his plan to activate victory over Russia and the town leaders tasked of their team to engage in further consultations to the next step, and the step is reading by calling Zelensky a publicly dealing and KYIV is planned for Ukraine to victory against Russia in the more than 2 years of a war, saying internals support through military assistance by intelligence sharing and political commitments are the key to ending this war, and no later than next year. Biden is the call for the Ukraine leader to discuss how the U.S. will provide a range of additional military capability over the upcoming months, according to the White House in September. Biden has announced that he would disrupt the $8 billion in assistance to Ukraine before the end of this year. Presidential terms in January. Wow, this guy here, man. You know, what about Florida? What about these disasters going on in Florida over there? And this guy, man. But I mean, you know, he's something else. You know, Massachusetts residents are enrolled in public assistance will now get automatic utility bills discounts. And you know something, and Kamala Harris, man, she's another one. He's not gonna put anybody in camps. What is wrong with this woman? This woman is a wow, man. Trump ain't gonna put nobody in camps. I mean, and she goes over there and she lies. You know what I'm saying? This woman lies so much. I mean, come on, man. She lies so much. Oh man. I mean, I look at all this stuff every time. Lies, everything that comes out of that woman's mouth, man, is lies. Okay. I mean, it's so sad. Okay. You know, I mean, that's why I said the Democrats, they could never ever tell the truth if their life was dependent on it. Okay, if their life was dependent on it, they could never ever tell the truth. And you know something, and you know, and come to think of it, okay, you know, I mean, everything that comes out of their mouths, I mean, everything they talk about comes out of their mouth is always lies. Okay, it's lies after lies. Okay. And they say that the Republicans lie. Wow. Contradicting themselves much? Wow. I mean, they lie so much. You know what I'm saying? And you know, contradicting yourself much. Wow. Yeah. I mean, you know, talk about lies. I mean, the Democrats, they sure do a lot of lying. Man, I'm glad I got out of that. Oh, my God, I'm glad I got out of that and became a Republican. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm glad. Bristol County Sheriff Haro is bringing much need to morals to pay and boost for correctional officers. Harris versus Trump in an expert panel makes their predictions from the U.S. election. Backdoor opens on criminalizing homeless in Massachusetts. A viewpoint. Yeah, this people, man. Tree charge in connection with a Providence homicide. I wonder who that was. Tree charge in connection when Providence homicide provides Rhode Island WPRI police have charged 3 men in the connection with the shootings, deaths of a 18-year-old in Providence earlier this year. Jolene Santiago, 18, Julian Santiago, 20, and Joseph Dezar, 19, and each been charged with first-degree murder and conspiracy. Investigation believes to be thorough and responsible to the death of Durmani Bell, Balbuna, who was shot outside of Rhode Island Street home back in August. Oh, well, they say that murder. There's no what do you call it on it? So murder, there is no it's statute of limitation. So murder is not a statute of limitation. Many years ago, many years ago they used to have it. So no statute of limitation on murder. So so you kill somebody, you go to jail. That's the end of that. So I don't care if it's 2019, 2030, 2040. I don't care if it's 590, 460 years ago. Those charges are going to be brought on you. So, for that matter. Providence police call Oxa Perez previously told 12 News Bill Lemon was killed on his 18th birthday. So, wow. You see this one? Former NFL linebacker literally Furts in response to ridiculous media questions about Trump. What an idiot. I think these fascists and these fascists, I think they should just stay the heck away from politics, because the fascists is more they're more the cause of stuff that's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what else is going on here. Let's see. It's nearly 3,000 families waiting for emergency housing and attempt to drop right to the shelters and committee meets. Yeah. Look at this. Let me nearly 3,000 families are waiting for emergency housing to temperatures are dropping right to the shelter committee meets. And they generated too much demands, and it's to express expense, and some would say it's not benefiting those who was meant to be benefit. It is the state right to the shelter laws while set in quality on the books for decades. And then state right to the shelter law, which set quality on the books for decades. And then come to 2023, when thousands of immigrants moved to Massachusetts and took advantage of the law which mandates housing for homeless families and pregnant women. Last fall, Governor Moore Healey finally capped the numbers of families in emergency housing of 77,500. Then systems has been running at full capacity now for a year, and the facts that the State Department of Housing and Labor Communities tells Boston 25 News there are 278 families on the waiting list for housing. At the State House meeting Tuesday, the Emergency Assistance Commissions chaired by the LT Governor Kim Driscoll continues to discussions about forming the rights to a shelter law, and main reasons it's expensive. It is estimating that during the fiscal year of 2024 that the state will spend more than 1 billion to uphold the law, and some of that is going to hotels where about a half of the immigrants live. Your hope is that we can have a model true of the value of said Driscoll and personally that the physically substantial subsidizable at the current piece of funds for the right to the shelter will run out at the end of January. The governor is planning to ask the legislature to an additional 455 million for the state to escrow funds to close the gap, but will pretty much be end of the escrow funds next fiscal year, which begins in July of 2025. Money for the right to the shelter will come from the general funds of other sources. Those of emergency assistance shelters and capacity. Driscoll said that as the winter approaches, that's not the case at the state for the overflow of respect center. We are hopefully families are not sleeping outside because we do not have a capacity at the TRC to welcome them. There, she said. The benefits of doing by besides is not freezing to death is access to intensive cases management services, which could potentially accelerate movement to more permanent housing. But the housing advocate says bunking down and respite center comes with a cat. As in August 1st, families who are now arrivals are being told they can't take a placement in one of these respite shelters, said Emily Hazard-Zig, and paralegal at the Northeast Justice Center, which helps homeless families access the EA system. But it's if they take this placement, it is only for 5 days, and then they cannot get onto the waiting list for the EA shelter for 6 months. A few dozens of housing advocates attending Tuesday commission meetings on the protest what seems that these positions will appeal of respite housing. By December 1st, the commission is required to submit a plan to reform their rights to shelter laws. Well, yeah, I mean, they're supposed to, but you know what's really disturbing is these migrants coming into the shelter, coming into our country and taking over our shelters. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty damn sad. Okay, that we have a huge crisis going on here, and and you're throwing our people out, especially women that are pregnant, throwing them out in the street and everything else and stuff, which is not right. Okay, I mean, I'm just saying it's not right. I mean, if you've got a pregnant woman and she's in labor, she needs a place to stay. Okay, that is the first priority for her to have a place to damn stay. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You don't throw a pregnant woman out in the cold during that time. Okay. I mean, yeah, you gotta have some kind of, you know what I'm saying, how they say it, you gotta have some kind of lenience against pregnant women. You know what I'm saying? If she's pregnant and she's due and she's going out in the street, damn sure she's gonna have that baby in the cold or in the woods somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where she'll be sleeping tonight, which is, it wouldn't be fair to her. You know what I'm saying? But again, you know what I'm saying? That's government for you. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about nobody. Okay. I mean, I'm just saying, from both sides, they don't. And it's sad. Okay. So they would take migrants. They would take the migrants first. Okay. Before they would give the migrants' family a shelter, a place to live before a pregnant woman. That is sick. Okay. That's what you call is sick. Okay. So I'm going to he sent me something. I'm going to go and take a look at that right now. So because everybody's entitled to their own opinion, so I'm going to go and take a look at that right now. Let's see. He sent me something to the mail there. No, he didn't put it up there. So let's see here. Let's see what he sent me. Wow, disturbing videos that were showing that a throwing knife wielding woman gunned down after repeatedly stabbed a cop. Disturbing body cam video captured the moment of a mental health specialist that was fatally shot by a veteran in Virginia. Cops just seconds after she charged at him with a knife and repeatedly slashed him. So I trying to make out these words. So Sydney Wilson, 33, was fatally shot by Fairfax County officer Peter Liu in the hell of her apartment building in Reston, just outside of Washington, D.C., on September 16th after cops were called to carry out a welfare check on her. Police said. The graphic of the footage was released by police on Monday, showing an agitated Wilson open and then ABRUPTLY slamming her door in the officer's face after knocking just about 10. After nearly 3 minutes of trying to convince her to reopen the door, Wilson suddenly emerged in bathrobe, Calamelli asked, "How are you?" And then immediately brandished the kitchen knife. Oh, this. Brandished the kitchen knife, and the video shows. "Who is Jesus Christ?" the officer gasped, backing away at the 6 foot tall attack following Wilson, who just mounted an earlier post proudly about being certified to be provide of adult mental health first aid, was caught on camera sweeping at the officers, knifing him at the face, police said. Holy mackerel, that's crazy. Holy, wow. Damn, that is crazy. And you got video showing this too. Wow. Holy mackerel. Damn. Wow. Jeez. Yeah, he shot her. Good. I mean, if somebody came after me with a knife, and hey, you know what? You're going down. That's what I'm taking you down. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, it's got a knife in one hand. Yeah, she brandished the she took the knife, and I guess she cut him with it, and a police officer shot her, and shot her. It's good. I mean, he's not wrong. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and a cop at a 14-year department veteran trained at the crisis intervention quickly pulled his firearm and backed up and down, and a this thing, and the cop the, the cop and a 14-year department veteran trained in crisis intervention quickly pulled his firearm and backed up and down and dead end hallways, according to the body cam clip. A crazy Wilson, who worked as a lesson operation manager for a commercial real estate firm in DC, was filmed coming towards the officer with a blade and held above her head as the officer repeatedly shut shut for her to back up, shouted at her for her to back up. Just seconds later, the knife was wielding a woman repeatedly stabbed the officer in the face, prompting him to open fire, the cop said. The attack was, she did stab him in the face, because we got video here. We got a picture here. She did stab him in the face. I mean, it's right there. I mean, you can't really see it because it's the blur on it. So yeah, so it says it right here. He got stabbed in the face. So the attack was shot 3 times before she called post to the floor. The shocking of the video shows that. Yeah, so she's okay. Yeah, one of them. What I'm trying to. The gunshot. This iPhone being too close. So she got the video. This is the New York Post. So she got the first video was she had a knife in the left and in the left hand. The police officer had the gun. Let's see here. And then down here, the police officer is on the ground. With a stab wound to his head, because the attacker was shot 3 times before she collapsed to the floor. She shocking video shows that. Police Chief Kevin Davis said that the officer didn't everything he could to de-escalate the situation, but was trapped in the dead ends of the hallway when open fired. It could have been much, much, much worse, Davis said, and as he released the clip. The slashes gash and the slashes wounds to recover was at the top of his forehead. Wilson was pronounced dead after being rushed to nearby hospital. Police said the The officer was treated in the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Any loss of life is something that we all mourn, Davis said. Yeah. The person who the person whose life was lost in the particular case is no different than she has a family and friends who love one uh, who love who loved her very much, but who cares about her? And undoubled deadly are grieving and upset, and we acknowledge that, and we are pray and how thoughts are with this particular family. This video of the shooting of emerged just months after Wilson revealed in a post on links that she had become certified in an adult mental health first aid. As a people manager, mentors terminate terminate friends, big cousins, daughters, and list goes on. It's important to be able to help identify challenges in my life and others, and think this is the greatest act of love, she wrote in the post. With a mental health awareness of the month starting May 1st today, but timing feeling right, she's added. Wilson is attended Georgetown University on the basketball scholarship, become a motivational speaker to the young female players after graduating, according to her online observatory. Sadney legacy of a friendship, empathy, and love will live on in the hearts of everyone who ever met her. Her obit road. Meanwhile, the officer who fired that fatal shot remains in administrative duty, amends an ongoing investigation into the shooting. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, James, man, thank you for sharing that. That is wow. That is a story and a half that I just read, all from DC. Wow, thanks for sharing that story, man. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? That's nuts. That is a crazy thing. I would say, wow, that is a story that was a long story, and I appreciate you, sending that. Wow. If she would have put down a knife, maybe none of, if she would have put down a knife, maybe none of this would have happened. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know what I'm saying? But James, but thank you. I appreciate you, sharing that story. That's a story and a half. I mean, I went through that whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But if she would have put down a knife, then she probably would have never got shot. Okay. You know what I'm saying? None of this would have never, happened. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, wow. That's a sad, it's a sad story, to go on like that, Wow. I almost started crying just a little while ago, just reading that. You know what I'm saying? You know, No, I did. I mean, it's Massachusetts Health and SNAP reception is receiving discounts utility bills. So, James, I advise you to check on that. Mass Health and SNAP reception, SNAP uh, recipients is to recover discounts on utility bills, but that's all right. I'm just letting you know. Um, First day early in voting in Georgia are breaking down the records in massive turnouts of Trump and Harris and Gam and game plans. Well, billionaires and GOP mega donors Mariam and Allison gives 95 million to pro-Trump supporters. Wow. I'm just reading these things out. SNJ clears the way for a man who sues Mass after conviction reversed. Eric Mendoza reveals what he said to his mom 35 years after murdering her. Wow. That's crazy, man. They're crazy. Macy's is closing popular malls locations and part of 150 stores shutdown plan. Wow. New apartments are coming to Fall River. Take a look at the prices. I could imagine how much. I don't want to even think about how much. Fall River teacher has gone a month without a contract. Now they are hitting the streets. Well, it's every day, it's every year, it's every time like this when it's time to renew a contract. I mean, and they start hitting the streets, and and these protests go on forever. SSDI updates on 3 disability recipients could get an increase of 456 per year after the 2025. United States Senate sending troops and a missile system to Israel. Wow. Fall River, no money, down cars, almost being giving away. Lawmakers are calling for safer correctional facilities. Walgreens locations are closing. So I don't know how many Walgreens are closing in any location, but I mean, I remember one time when they said, "Well, there's a lot of Stop and Shops are closing, but now there's a lot of Walgreens are closing." So in many locations, I don't know. I think they let's see. I'm trying to find it. Well, Walgreens locations. Let's see how many Walgreens are they closing. I think they, uh, yeah, there's a. They're not saying how many Walgreens are closing. They're not saying that. So son shot a man who attempted to rob his mother. Wow, that's something. That's a sight to see right there. Well, hey, you know what he did? He protected his mother. You know what I'm saying, from being robbed. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, the ACLU is submitting on behalf of Karen Reed, Mass of SAGC, appeal to get the charges dropped. Jimmy Carter 100 fulfill of goals of voting for Kamala Harris. Oh God. New program in Salem is to give 500 a month to 1,000 residents for 1 year to address uh, poverty in the area. No money. I already read that. Police are looking for a man accused of exposing himself to a young woman on the T. Wow, there he is, right there. That's who he is, right there, exposing himself on a to a young woman on a T. Look at that! Look at that nutcase. Family members are standing behind LYLE and Eric Mendoza as they wait a decision that could see them. Fall River, 2BR apartments as low as $300 a month. See the listing. $1,415.15 SSI payments in November. and 2024 requirements of a payment schedule. No cell phone policy begin for certain Fall River public schools. We already know that. Expected to ruin after a year's apartment re, reunify after a year of apartments. 3 men shot outside of Providence housing complex. Wow. Felonies allowed to vote in Massachusetts. What to know? Water remain breaks affecting businesses in downtown Springfield. Gun shop owners already feeling the impact of an emergency reform bills. Baby found abandoned outside a Springfield building. Attention draws of safe haven laws after a baby abandoned in Springfield. Wow. Ooh, that really hurts me. Major Springfield water main break creates traffic issues. Water remains break affecting businesses in downtown Springfield. Breaking news. Got it right here. I gotta break this news right here. New Georgia election rules is passed by Trump backboard areas and unconstitutional judge rules. Voters will visit the polling uh, stations as Georgia turns out a day after the battleground state opens early voting in Atlanta, Georgia, U.S. on October 16th in 2024. Meg Werner Ruther, a judge in Georgia, has struck down a slate of controversial new election rules passed by Donald Trump allies, included two that Democratic says would inject the, the post-election choice into the critical battleground states. Among the rules of Fulton County Superior Court Judge Thomas Cox said the violating the state laws are a tool that would require the county election officials to conduct responsible inquiry into the selection results before classifying them, as allow them to examine all elections related to documentations create during the conduct of this election prior to certifications of results, and the courts here is to clear that these rules are illegal, unconstitutional. Avoid Cox wrote in Wednesday's ruling. Georgia's 16 electoral votes are critical for both Trump and Democratic nominee Vice President Kamala Harris and President Joe Biden won this state by just over 1,000 votes in 2020. Well, that's just read them out. Early voting begins in peach states on Tuesday, which records turnouts by the GOP. I hate this when I'm reading something here. This thing comes out. This election boards were trusted into the spotlight of Trump and mentioned them by name and rallies in Atlanta this summer. They are on fire, but they are doing a great job, Trump said during his August 3rd speech in Atlanta. 3 members, all pit bulls and fighting for transparency and honesty and victory. After the passing in August, the 2 rules were quickly challenged by Democrats and others who fear that they would give the officials in the state board authorities and delay the decline and altogether the certifications of this results in order to look for alleged election fraud and abuse. But Cox said, it still goes on. But Cox said in this ruling that the reasonable inquiry rule added an additional and undefined steps into the certification process, and that the exemption rule creates statutorily underbounded scope under the which election superintendent can consider authorizing marital when stabulating confess this thing convention and certifying election results. The GOP controls the state election board, has claimed that the results have given no discretion to the county officials, but what Constitution is the responsibility of inquiry has left voting rights advocates, Democrats, and other challenging the rules concerns that is partisan election. County officials may be able to use this direction to reject this election outcome. Wednesday's ruling comes in case brought by the election advocates group Eternal Virginia Action. Among the other rules of Cox invalidated is one that would have inquire officials to hand count the numbers of ballots cast at each polling place, saying Georgia's laws didn't support the requirements, and different judge in the state paused the ballots hand counted rules on Tuesday in the separated challenge brought against it by Colby County that the rules versatily expends the authority and obligations of the poll officials in preparing ballots pre-deliveries to the superintendent and on and pre classifications. Cox wrote on Wednesday. Wow, I just about made it through there. Oh my God, I just about made it through there. So I mean, yeah, I just about made it. Oh, I mean, a little bit tripping over my words a little bit, but I mean, hey, you know something? I just barely just made it through there. Oh my God, you know, sometimes it's hard. You know what I'm saying? You know, because some of the words that these people put out there, it's like, I mean, it feels to me like it's Portuguese. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning Portuguese, but that's what it feels like to me. You know what I'm saying? Um, Other discount realtors are closing, and bankruptcy is closing all stores. Wow. Governor Moore Healey nominated 2 veterans attorneys for Massachusetts District Court. Trooper gets dragged by driver as he is taken during the traffic stops short. The real reason for this shoe is on power lines. Yeah, I mean, if you, I remember, when I was, a young adult. We always sometimes, whatever neighborhood we live in, okay, and what we used, what people, what they used to do, as young adults, throw the shoe up there. They buy new shoes. They throw their old sneakers up on the power lines. They mark it as their territory. Okay, so this is my territory. No other gang can come in here. That's how that was. It's still going on, but that's how that was back in the late '70s. I think it was. I'm not sure, but I have to look it up. It's been so long. Yeah, they throw the shoe up there, and it's like, okay, this is my territory. Okay, and that's it. Okay, uh, no other gang arrivals. They cannot enter it. Okay, they would have to ask permission before then. They would have to, even if they have to like walk through it to go to the next to the corner. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times they would have to, and if they said no, you would have to walk around the other way and just to get to that one store. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's how it was. That's how it was back then. And I don't know if it still is now, but I know that some places, gangs and everything. If you just say we had the Skells here, you know what I'm saying, and the Skells opened up a bar or something on the corner of Pleasant Street, okay, and then there's another gang that opens up a bar up the road over there. So the other gang is not going to know about this one. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, well, I didn't know you were here. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. You know what I'm saying, oh, I didn't know you were there. You know what I'm saying? And then a big, huge fight breaks out. So same thing with the shoes on top of the power lines. You know what I'm saying? If you have sneakers on top of the power line, that is your territory. You mark that territory as yours. Okay. And you don't let nobody else, you don't let no other gangs in there, but you that are in there. That's how that was back then. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how it is today. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I say, I mean, I'm going to tell you, I used to be in a gang back then. Okay. But we were the kind of people that would never cause problems. Okay. With anybody. I'm saying, we hang in a group of 20, 30 guys. And, and when I mean, when we were young adults, I mean, well, I mean, we used to hang out, you know what I'm saying, out in the outside, you know what I'm saying, and go hang out in the up in the where they had the Devil's Cave at one point. We used to go hang up in there and and talk, chat, you know what I'm saying, and also and all this stuff too. But enough for me, man. Not for me. I'm gonna be 58, dude. So anyways, let's see what time it is. It's Bill Belichick is 72 and his girlfriend Jordan Hudson is 24, headed for marriage. Source claims. Wow, Bill Belichick, 72 years old, and he's marrying a 24-year-old. Oh my God, great. Harris blames Trump for her breaking news from Newsmax and. So I guess everybody's just blaming everybody. You know what I'm saying? So police released teenage body cam videos and Patriot star Kristen Bournemore traffic stop. I wonder what happened with this. Police released a teenage body cam video of a Patriot star Kristen Bournemore traffic stop. Harbin's police on Wednesday released teenage body cam and videos that the traffic stop in which New England Patriot defense lineman Christian Bournemore claims he was regularly profiled. According to the Providence police, there were issues with this Patriot Star's vehicle registration and there were drugs in the SUV. Police also described the 25-year-old as having a attitude during the insurrection. Officers were on patrol in the area of Elmwood Avenue and Parkes Avenue shortly before 1 a.m. when they saw a gray Jeep Brown Cherokee with tinted windows and a plate covered over a temporary license plate. After officers activated their overhead lights and signaled for the vehicle to stop, Belmore began a slow stop, creeping along Elmwood Avenue and Brightman Street before coming to a complete stop near the 343 Branch Street. Providence Police Wednesday released this 10 video body cam where traffic stops were in New England Patriot. Okay. So, all right. So that was, I am a football star player, pro, and I'm not here for none of this, Belmore can be heard telling the officer. Belmore also was covered with his mother's while on speakerphone, and Belmore's mother can be heard telling the police to be careful with her son, who is a who is on blood thinners. Here, her car is getting towed, regardless of any officers telling Belmore how to. The rest of the stop goes in and up to her behavior, to to her behavior, to your behavior. When Belmore's mother advised the lineman to roll up the windows once of the officers reached inside the vehicle, drawing a angry response from the NFL star. "Do not touch me," yells Crazy. "I dare you to touch me. I'll sue you, sue all you." Belmore yells. Belmore eventually excited that the Jeep and can be heard repeatedly saying, "Stop touching me," as he walked away from the vehicle. At least last 10 police officers were seen on video responding to the 10 stop. Officers researched Belmore's Jeep and allegedly found an ash cup with a blunt and several tubes filled with marijuana. Belmore wrote a social media that the run-in with the police was racially motivated, but the post appears to be deleted sometime later Wednesday morning after early afternoon. Wow. Wow, man. This is ridiculous. I mean, this is what happens. Man, police. The Patriot star. Just because you're a Patriot star, you got money. If you are found with drugs in your vehicle, you're going to get pulled over and you're going to be arrested and your car's going to be towed. Same thing with drinking and driving. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. It's, I mean, it, hey, you know what? Anybody can have a $40 million contract, okay? But still get pulled over by the police if you're found that you have drugs in your car. You know what I'm saying? If you're drinking and driving, you can still get arrested. Okay. If you go and commit a crime, you can still go to jail. No matter how rich you are or how poor you are, you can still get locked up. Okay. And that's how that goes. So Belmore's vehicle was towed and a summons of operation for unregistered vehicle displayed by the plate by driving with expired registration was left for Barmer inside the car. Police say Baumer was not arrested. No, of course not. Patriots head coach John Mayer was asked about the incident during the media availability on Wednesday. "I had conversation with him this morning, but for this time, here is with you Guys, I just want to focus on Jacksonville, said Mayor. What I will say is that I met with the captain and we had a conversation on how approach it as a team. These guys handle it, the locker rooms, in a conversation we had, and we all see how it goes and how it looks and going forward. Good. Belmer has not seen a field in 2024 as he undergoes treatment for blood clots. The 6'5", 350-pound Albem product was selected in the second round of the 2021 draft, and since a 4-year, 92 million deals this past spring in their richest contract ever by Patriots, not named Tom Brady. Bama was the best season of the young career in 2023 and fulfilled 17 games in campaign where he total career is high in a tackle 64 and sack 8.5. Marijuana is the legal is in Rhode Island. NFL players are still tested annually for the THC. The Patriots are scheduled to play in Jacksonville Jaws in the London on Sunday. So yeah, yep. So the Patriots are going to be playing in with the Jacksonvilles on Sunday. So you see what else is going on in the. See here. All right. Well, okay. Update on Walgreens. Walgreens is to shut shutters of 1,200 stores to tackle the sales slump in our local stores on the list. So Walgreens. So if you have a list of anything, you might. Anybody has Walgreens. I suggest them that they go and go to another drugstore like CVS, pharmacy, or something, and refill your prescriptions there. Other mass cities are starting a grant grantee income programs. Okay, mass reveals to streamlining shelters or systems where eyes for effect cost savings. Oh my God. Man sentenced in Massachusetts methamphetamine trafficking ring. Ooh. Enrollment opens in Massachusetts on home energy assistance programs by the HEAP. Apply now to secure it. Some families run out of time in Massachusetts emergency assistance shelters. That is true. Bill Clinton is stopped by McDonald's in Columbus. Oh boy. Massachusetts couple encounters white shark rescue. U.S. announced additional 425 million military aid in Ukraine. Well, I mean, why are these people giving money to Ukraine when Florida going to be hit with another hurricane very soon? You know what I'm saying? FEMA needs money. I'm saying for these people. FEMA can only give $750. That's not enough for these people to rebuild their houses again, man. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's nuts. Fall River Police Chief Fernando sworn in, and she had a special word for someone presented. Congratulations to police to the intern police chief Fernando. Congratulations to her. She's congratulations. I mean, that's awesome. You know what I'm saying, hey, she even got roses. Congratulations. Look at everybody loves her. But I mean, she's actually a good person. Polls are 41% Massachusetts residents saying the state is wrong track. Excuse me. The polls are 41% of Massachusetts residents saying the state on the wrong track. Lizzie Borden's house name is most haunted place in Massachusetts. Ha, right? I would not even go to that breakfast place, man. You think I want to go there, man? Yeah, I want to hear. No, not me, man. Ugh. Countdown for November of 9,043 Social Security. Direct payments is coming soon. How much will your stamps cost in 2025? What is to know? Ooh, 5,000 Massachusetts doesn't last long. Whatever that meant. 4,000 immigrants heading for the U.S. is trying to beat Trump to the punch. They're not going to beat him to the punch, man, because once he gets back in office, man, guess what's going to happen? Instead of catch and release, we're going to catch and deport. Polls identified housing as the most important political issue in Massachusetts. Ooh. Is it illegal to make citizens arrest in Massachusetts and New Hampshire or Maine? Of course it is. Of course it is. You just got to do it right. But I'm going to actually, you know something? I'm going to actually look that up too. So, I mean, it's on the books. Trade billionaires have given a whipping 220 billion combined to help to get Trump elected. Ooh. Elizabeth Warren, John Dayton appears in first Senate debate. U.S. law entitles immigrants for children to be and educated. Some conservatives say that it should change. Husband of Boston nursing Lindsay Glancy, who was killed their 3 kids. Details in a moment to found them instant. Oh my God. Young voters in swing states receive threatening texts. Oh my God. Wedding prank. Oh boy, wedding prank. Options to Kamala's nurse lies. Trump will send an army after you. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Massachusetts could see the first freezing Thursday. Bundle up, everybody. Walgreens is to shutter 1,200 stores, including Massachusetts location. So that's including Massachusetts location. Why are people leaving Trump's rally early when we asked them? I don't know. Nicole Oliver admitted his identity during a rape case hearing in an oath. Child custody in S2961. Some South Coast Stop and Shops have already ended the bag fees. Good. I love this. Walmart just recalled almost 9,000 packages of great value products. Ooh. Burglary suspect slides downstairs shortly. Oh my God. Hey, look at it. Look at the video. Look at the video. Burglary. Oh boy, people. Local Walgreens may be shutting down. Good. That'll be Fall River too. Applebee's in Cranston demand total loss after massive fire. Massachusetts retail stores are shutting down another Massachusetts location. Tropical update on is Hurricane Nadine on the way. So yeah. So look at that. I'm saying look at that. So FEMA's only got $750 to give these people in Florida, right? So tropical update, Hurricane Nadine on the way. So yeah, so they're gonna get hit with another hurricane, and here they are giving $450 billion to Ukraine when people in Florida could use it. These who fight to keep Boston Marathon bomber alive. Yeah, who wants to keep this dude alive, man? After what he did, I mean, he killed a transit police. Him and his brother killed a transit cop. Okay, all right, a transit police. This dude needs to be, I mean, in the gas chamber. Okay, I mean, look what he did, man. You know what the best part about that? I mean, I was actually because I love the marathon, Boston Marathon. Okay, I love it. And I watch it because I enjoy watching it, and I had it on that time, and on TV. And matter of fact, there was a couple of city councilors from Fall River was at the Red Sox game, and and I went over to watch it, and I went back. I told my wife. I said, "Linda, hurry up, get over here. Come and look at this." I mean, there was explosions everywhere in Boston. Okay, with those slow cookers. Okay, these people, and this guy, and oh, I'm sorry. They were pressure cookers. They were pressure cookers. Pressure cookers, and they want and they're fighting to keep this man alive. This man needs to take the death penalty. I mean, look how many people he killed. Okay, and during that marathon. Okay, you know. I mean, even when he was going to UMass Dartmouth and everything, when he was going to UMass Dartmouth too, and he was staying in the dorm over there. I mean, uh, two Marine helicopters had to go over to the UMass Dartmouth because they found out that he was going to UMass at the time, and they had to go and secure the school and get everybody out of there. I remember. I remember at that time what happened. Goodbye to Massachusetts. You'll cost too much. Some Republicans are pushing against the Supreme Court to present grading immigrants of children. Disappointment in a 2.57% of Social Security is a COLA for 2025. These three numbers put next year are raising. Current former president gathers to remember life eternal Kennedy. Who was the Boston Strangler? And new evidence pointed to a different suspect. Boston Strangler, baby. Wow. That's something new. I never knew this would popped up like this. Wow. Yeah, it's Boston Strangler. Who was he? I gotta look that up. 7-Eleven stores are closing, facing sudden loss of a commercial driver license. Trucker driver home their message in mass dot board. Hmm. Cheryl holds hands with husband Robert F. Kennedy Jr. at his late mother's eternal funeral. Oh, sorry to hear that. Rhode Island regular investigation security companies after employee reported a bond bond check. Will rejects potential alternative to property tax proposal. Waltham Village Premiums Outlet announced new retails ahead to busy holiday shopping seasons. 100 U.S. troops are deployed to Israel. I want to hear that. Georgia prosecutors asking to appeal the court to reinstate the 6 charges in Trump's case. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. 2 hospitalized after reports of stabbing and shooting in Fall River resident. Election 2024 candidates campaign to Pennsylvania critical battleground states. Tree internal takeaway from the first Warren DEA-TION debate. An additional common sense must be applied to the ICE detention center. Ukraine wants NATO to invite before Biden leaves office. Envoy saying, well, allegedly stolen kayak led to an arrest after New Bedford 20-year-old additional firearm charge. Eternal Health Universal 2025 Medicare Advantage plans focusing on affordable, high-quality health care. Lawmakers saying that it means for the MBTA commute by law to have teeth. Woman left horrified by infestation of a fruit flies in her home. Here's how to get rid of them. Approached by support, followed by channel for updates. Let me see. Options in Kamala Harris's pledge risk, something like that. South Coast Health welcomes 13 new providers across the organization. Fall River woman shines on Drew Barrymore show with a Carrie Bradshaw inspired style. Police officers attacked by a giant runaway inflatable pumpkin. Reagan fire destroys Providence commercial building. Hotwell wholesaler with 40 mass stores filled with bankruptcy plans and to sell business. Feds ordered to close local at mass drinking water. Storm occurs is now brewing in the Atlantic and some time that causes hurricane fear. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I would actually, it would actually cause hurricane fear too. I mean, if I was living in Florida, you know what I'm saying? Let me see what the weather update here is going to be. What's going on here with this? That's all right. Oh, that's something else. But anyways, it's already 8:14. I was supposed to start at 6, but I gave you guys a little bit of breathing room, a little bit of time to listen to what I have to say today. But I know my friend James is on because he was always the first one, all the time. He's always the first one. He's a character. He's always the first one. So yeah, James, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. You know, this is Dave Mead from Fall River Media News. Again, I just like to remind people that that this show is only a talk show, and and I only read out what I see and all what I hear out in the street or what I see out in the street. You know what I'm saying? So it's a talk show, and I enjoy doing it. It gives me wisdom. It gives me something to do. We talk about everything in politics. We even talk about the Democrats, and we even talk about liberals. Not liberals. I'm sorry. I don't want to offend anybody. So we We even talk about the Democrats. We talk about Republicans. We talk about what's going on throughout the whole nation. I mean, it's pretty bad. I mean, if you got a lot of shootings going on down out here, if you got a lot of shootings around in your town between Fall River and New Bedford, I mean, it's you know it's getting bad. You know it is, and and we the people. What are we going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? I mean, how many times we are going to write to our legislation and and send emails out and flood the emails and say, hey, look, this is what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? And none of the local politicians are paying attention to us because I mean sometimes they think that we're crazy, but we're not. I mean, and because we see things, okay, we see things out there, okay, that they don't see. You know what I'm saying? That the police don't see because sometimes the police are riding in their cruisers and and they can't see out their window. They have to get out and walk to see what's going on and in the neighborhoods, out in the street and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're a police officer. You carry a gun. You carry a bat. You carry handcuffs. You guys carry guns. You guys, police officers shouldn't be afraid to walk the streets. I mean, you can walk with two or three or four at a time if you like. You know what I'm saying? If they want to stay that safe, you know what I'm saying? Just see what's going on in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people are scared, you know what I'm saying, to be on the streets. Even the elderly, even when I'm on the bus, I can hear the elderly talking. Okay. Sometimes when it's quiet, you can hear, people talk about things about Fall River, how Fall River is, how Fall River is getting bad. You know what I'm saying? You can actually hear that. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. You know what I'm saying? Because the elderly likes to go to the store and they want to go buy stuff, but they're afraid to go because they're afraid to either get mugged or they get jumped and get robbed. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and even coming to a market, it's just as bad. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I said, I mean, we have to have police in the neighborhood. We do. We got to have police in the neighborhood because I think it's the right thing to do. And I'm sure there is a lot of people out there who will agree with that. You know what I'm saying? And we and beforehand, when I did run for city council, I did mention that, and I guess that nobody was actually paying attention to that because that is public safety. You know, so but I have a message for everybody out there. Okay, Halloween is coming. Okay, if you got your adults, you got your children, please be safe out there. You know what I'm saying? Walking twos, walking threes, walking fives, or 20, or whatever, because there is people out there. People are whacked, and and they don't stop at nothing, and they don't care about you, me, or anybody else out there. They'll rob you. They'll take whatever belongings that you have, money on you. But if but my thing with that, if you're licensed to carry, you carry. If you have mace, carry mace. And you know what? Don't stop at nothing just to spray them in the face because you know something? Because it is self-defense. So that's my message out there. So take care, everybody. Have a great day. Stay safe, and stay humble, and just watch your surroundings out there because people are not all there half the time. So take care, everybody. Have a great day. This is Dave Mead, Forward Media News. I always talk about politics. We talk about everything under the sun. So, but it's nighttime outside, so I can't talk about everything under the sun because it's nighttime out. So take care, everybody, and have a great night. James, and thank you for watching.